then I will lead us into our game here. Then I'm going to go ahead and make notes about the schedule, and then I will introduce our players, and then we will get into the game with a short recap, and then it'll be the players' scene. So, scheduling note for this month: the session on the 14th for In the Heart of Rage is canceled. It's because two of their members had other obligations, and so that game was left underplayed, understaffed.
Mhm.
So they will not be playing that session. Instead, session 16 will be played on the 28th. The rest of the notes about the schedule for August is that the schedule for August is up and available for all to see, and it will not change unless something else happens. So that's static. Okay, that's session notes and scheduling notes. I'm going to go ahead and introduce our players now. We're going to start from the bottom of the Discord up to the top. That'll start with you, Velvet.
Sorry, what?
Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Velvet. I'm playing Olafina Rothasothra. Um, I'm queer as a $3 bill, and I'm here playing a little bit of a cranky old anthropologist type character.
Okay. Morgan, go ahead.
Sorry. Hello, my name is Morrigan. I am a Cockeyed Druid Circle of Stars. Typically, I'm a pragmatic, quiet type. I always like to assess the situation, but I do have a little bit of a adventurous streak going and putting my nose somewhere that shouldn't belong.
All right. Next up, we have Livesy.
Ole, my name is Livesy. I'm playing Nizak, a drow, and that's all the information you'll get out of me without paying me money.
Okay. Chef, your turn. Go ahead.
Chef, I'm an old hand from the old written days. I am playing the non-wizard lizard Rotak, who is simply trying his best.
Okay. And then Brian.
I am Brian. I am playing the Great Panjandrum, who is a lizard wizard and is also an evoker extraordinaire.
Yes. He the Lithered Withered. And now Ben.
Wow. I'm Lee. I'm playing Joriel rather than Ben this time.
That's true.
And truly, who knows what I can do?
Yeah. All right.
Mostly it's just saying things and then people doing them so far.
So far. So last we left off, the group sort of stumbled their way through their first foray into the depths of this location they're in. Perhaps it is a castle. It has been remarked as someone's home, your benefactor's home, the Comtesse de Alanmord. You did some light exploring. You have since met Clive. You guys discovered a mural of that had been long destroyed by time, but it depicted three celestial spheres in different states. There was a golden knight who nearly killed Morgan. Some smoke elementals you guys overcame in combat with the help of the Golden Knight once it was convinced to assist you. And and a small child exclaiming directly into the microphone. And what was I saying? Oh, right. You did a little bit more of exploring. You found a room full of desks and such. You didn't go and fight in that room. And then you returned to the solar, which is where we will begin. We'll begin in the solar once again. Fully rested, recovered, and you have leveled up to level 2.
Nice. Oh, game is kind of paused, sorry.
Alrighty. Oh, game's paused. Yeah, there we go. The scene is yours, everyone. I am going to be quiet unless I am needed.
As everyone sort of finishes resting and gathers in one place, Joriel will ask the group, so, does anyone actually want to fight Shades?
I would like to study and see what is in. Oh, wrong accent. I would like to see what is in the study, yes. So, that would require removing them. First, however, I would like to take a visit to our local merchant.
All right. How does everyone else feel about fighting Shades?
I would like to, or prefer to, avoid combat unless absolutely necessary, but I guess in this situation,
More or less necessary?
yes.
They will
Well,
hunt us unless we hunt them, yes?
they haven't followed us up from that room. They didn't follow us when we left that room. I suppose we can't exactly know.
Were we talking about the shade bats that we found in the room below?
Yes.
Hmm.
I did not get a good look at that.
I'd like to make a perception test to kind of see if I think if the group is kind of, I guess, ready to take on those enemies. Is that something that I can do?
Yes, you can. This would be more of an insight check, but you can also perception. Insight's sort of a skill where you're trying to like scrutinize or gauge someone's intentions or capabilities. Part of that can be just sizing up their gear, but a measure of being able to take on a creature is also a measure of someone's confidence, right? So I think insight's more applicable in this particular
Okay.
case.
Then I shall roll an insight check.
I will do the same.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, with a 3, you believe the group is. I think it would be funnier if you think that they are more than capable at this point.
I just rolled the exact same thing.
Yes, you are very confident that you all can take on these shade bats.
I look at everybody around me and I go, well, by the looks of things, we should be able to hand ourselves against 2 groups of shade bats. So if this is what we wish to do, then so be it.
Question. Oh, go ahead.
Does Morgan have a different a thought on that?
I don't know. You want to tell me what 12 does?
You feel confident that you guys could take it. It might be a hard fight, but you could do it.
Right, so since I didn't get a good look at the room, how many are there?
I saw minimum 3 swarms.
Is there anyone's idea on how to maybe control a swarm?
I don't know how you control it, but I know they don't like light.
Can anyone in this room make light?
Yes.
Yes. She says yes as she lights up some dancing lights.
Ah,
She kind of smacks her staff on the ground. It's not hard, but enough to make it like a knocking sound, and does a small incantation, and they just light up in a circle around her, and then cancels them immediately.
is there a way that we could probably take each swarm at a time?
We could try.
Or like maybe like do a turtleneck strategy.
You mean a bottleneck?
Yes. I'm thinking about turtles, apparently.
That is fair. They are quite interesting creatures.
They didn't. Well, they didn't react when we simply opened the door. So ostensibly, we could get the drop on at least one of them.
Maybe we can lure them through something?
There is a singular door that we can use as the bottleneck. I could
Mhm.
always use my dancing lights to scare them out of their corner. When they see us, they will try to attack, and we can all fight them at the doors.
Sounds reasonable. Any other ideas?
I would like to cancel my dancing lights. Oh, not what I meant to do.
Since Rotek doesn't really know anything about them, the shades are kind of a foreign thing. His question is just phrased more innocently of like, is there no way to avoid them?
Well, not exactly. If we're going into the room where they are, then eventually, once we get close enough, they'll want to ambush us and devour our souls.
Oh.
Better to be predator than prey.
Yeah.
That was an emphatic statement. Yeah. Okay.
I am no stranger to combat.
Okay.
Real quick, can I roll an insight to see if they would in any way behave like animals Rotek might be familiar to handling?
Sure, yes. And yes, Pange, you can roll an Arcana check to see what you know about shades.
Nice.
Conventional wisdom, Rotak would say that if the shade is shaped like a particular creature, it may behave like that kind of creature in a sort of rudimentary or mimicry kind of way. But it's also a class of creatures that you don't really know anything about, so it's sort of a guess. As for you, Pange, the Arcana check, shades, you know, occupy the spectral realm by and large, and they are predators. They will hunt you down and try to devour the contents of or the makeup of your soul, and try to tear you apart until you obliterate in that fashion. They're generally to be avoided. That's why retiring in the countryside and dying out there is a lot more. Sorry,
Oh, sorry.
the dog started barking. I wanted to mute the mic real quick. Retiring out in the countryside is more of a desirable sort of thing. That's what you know about them. They aren't particularly well studied because that would require spending sufficient time after death to study them, and there really isn't that kind of time after death. You spend most of your interaction after death running from them, if you can. So, there's no body of work to reference, there's no academic pursuit to reference, it's just hearsay. Sure, yeah. You go searching for rocks to imbue with magic.
Well,
If we are preparing to ambush these shades, then, given that Rotek is going to attempt to treat them like bats, because that's all he knows, he's gonna go to the food room and see if he can figure out a way to get something coated with like mint, because bats really do not like the smell of like mint and peppermint, eucalyptus, that kind of stuff. So just something to ward them off with.
Sure, yeah. You go to the dining room and you. How do you go about making a request?
I think Rotak is going to envision. I don't even know how he would this because it doesn't want to be meat because meat would draw potentially bats in. I think it's just envisioning like some sort of fruit just wrapped up in like sprawling mint leaves to use as like a bat repellent bomb. Just something he could toss at them that would just smell horrendously of mint. Um, just envisioning it in his mind as clearly as he can. Something he probably has used before, maybe when clearing a cave out.
Sure. What appears on the table is a bowl full of delicious-looking grubs and your favorite foods, essentially.
Damn, well, it was worth a shot. But hey, look, food.
I'm gonna have Olafina look for any books in the library here. If there's any books about shades in there, I assume we'll
You've
investigation.
you've already
Sorry.
investigated this room, and it did not yield
Okay.
any results of that nature.
Okay.
You cannot reinvestigate rooms. This is a blanket statement for the group.
All right. Sorry. I wasn't doing it before with any like particular
No, it's okay.
thing, so I just assumed it would. Sorry.
No, don't. No, it's fine. That's just something I needed to say for everybody, so you don't down the line try doing it again. It's like if we come across a locked door, do we have 5 people roll separate checks to get into the room, or do we, for the sake of simplicity, roll 1 check at advantage and see how it goes with your best guy, right? So,
Right.
so Nizak, you're doing some stuff with this chest here. You're putting some junk in it.
Yeah, I'm just sorting out my inventory at the moment, trying to get underneath that weight limit there.
You probably want to get rid of that crowbar.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Push comes to shove, I'm sure one of us can kick in a door. Oh, there we go. Thank God.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to figure that
Out
out.
of
for
oh,
ages.
sorry. Where do we have our encumbrance amount listed? I'm not used to 5e too much.
So if on your inventory page, there's the number at the bottom right-hand corner. Yours is 210. That's your total carry weight. You divide it by 3
Okay, cool.
At the bottom right.
of your inventory tab.
If there is other stuff we need to carry, I've got like 30
20
pounds
out of
free
160.
that I can carry.
If I'm understanding this right, I have 145.
No, that's your
Sounds-
maximum carry weight. A
Oh.
third of that is your carry weight without encumbrance. So you would divide the 165 by 3. So 55 pounds is what you can carry without having any encumbrance, Olafina.
Okay, so I have 35 pounds free if we need
Yep.
Okay. Olafina's going to look at Nizak. Nizak doing that. And she's going to be like, is there anything you would like to me to carry instead of leaving it behind?
No. This is usually where I will spend majority of my time when we are not doing whatever it is, so I shall leave my chest here with all of these items. If should we
Alright.
need it, then I shall come back for it.
Indeed.
And Isaac will go back to pilfering through his backpack and going, do I need this? Do I not? Do I need this? Do I not?
Does this spark joy?
That's what I was thinking.
All right. Anything else before you guys move on to the next, back down to the floor below?
Not that I can think of.
Nah, Rotek's just Hakuna Matataing some grubs right now.
Okay. Then I will move us on to the central third floor. Oh no, it's dark.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Who turned out the dark vision?
Who wants to be first down the stairs?
Olafina, just because she's being impatient.
Okay. Captain Impatience. Hold on. Who is second down the stairs?
I think Joriel will.
Okay.
Or Joriel will go third, in case Nizak wants to go second.
I was going to say, it should probably be me, shouldn't it?
Yep. Okay, so that's 3 of you. The other 3 of you. Morgan, where do you want to
I'll go.
be? Well, she...
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Just want to be like as close to last place as possible.
Okay. And we can easily swing last place there. Rotak, where'd you want to be?
I'll go fourth.
Fourth. And then Pange, did you want to be fifth?
Great how my phone always locks it, so I need to. I would like to be next to last if possible.
Yep. Okay, so that's fifth position. Great.
Okay.
All right.
Olafina's just going to start walking towards the area where the merchant is. Does anyone want to follow?
Question. How far do we want to move at one time before everyone else follows? I mean, right now we're not in combat, so it's not a huge thing, but like, I imagine we're all going to stick somewhat together.
I was trying to give some leeway so that I didn't end up getting into combat without anyone around again.
Do you need me to move you, Brian? And Morgan?
Sure.
Okay, I'm going to keep you guys with the group. I'm having trouble hearing you. I think you're having a technical problem, Brian.
It just looks like we're walking together.
You got a little lizard wizard next to you, you know.
Not gonna lie, he's kind of cute.
She's going to lay both of her hands down on, like, the desk thing. Would you happen to have any sabers and something I can etch runes into the metal with?
He kind of blinks at you. Oh,
Not even saying hi.
oh, okay. I see. So we're all right. No. Hard no. Nope. I don't have anything that can etch any runes and do any sort of stuff and things. You're gonna want to go. You're gonna want to go find the forge for that. There's a guy there. You're gonna want to talk to him instead. He's gonna be your guy. Okay.
Alright, and no weapons?
Weapons. I only got crossbow bolts, arrows, that sort of stuff. I don't carry weapons. No, not allowed to. Not after the incident. You're gonna want to talk to Belkarog. He's gonna be your guy. He's gonna be your guy for stuff.
The incidents, you say?
What happened?
Oh, I'm not allowed to talk about the incident, okay? It's gonna make the mistress real mad at me, and honestly, I'm already barely existing, okay? So I don't really want to make her mad.
Okay.
Nizak's going to peek around from the fire from warming his hands and goes, "But you've already spoken of the incident. Now you have made us curious. We wish to know about the incident. What happened?"
It is already too late. You have already spoken against it.
Make a persuasion check at advantage. You guys can figure out who's got the better score to roll from.
I have a +0.
I have a +0 too.
I've got a +2.
Go for it.
Sorry, what are we looking at?
You're looking at persuasion.
Nope.
All right, I get this is gotta be me. Advantage? Did you say?
I said advantage, yes. Oh, I think that qualifies as potato salad there, Lipsy.
Mm-hmm. That is indeed potato salad.
Yeah. All right, with a 19, you succeed, and he feels thoroughly convinced. You look at him, and it's sort of like, all right, so get this. So I was going down to, our friend at the Forge's, Belkarog's place, and I was carrying, a box, a crate, if you will, a little bigger than me. I'm a little guy. He's a bigger crate, and it was full of real big pikes and pointy bits. So I was carrying them along just for project purposes, and I tripped, and they all fell in the lava. That's what happened. They all fell in the lava.
Nisek has a small smile scroll across his face. And he goes, and Nisek says, "All of them?
All of them. All of them.
She kind of reaches across, pats him on the shoulder. It will be alright.
Don't touch me.
What did he say?
He said, "Don't touch me."
I'm just imagining he fell backwards out of the chair because of the way he had to move.
Yeah.
Nizek with a smile goes, "Well, if you tripped, I believe that is an accident, which is fine. If I can, I will try and talk to the lady and just say that you are clumsy and that you should not carry boxes bigger than you."
He says, "Oh, would you do that? Oh, would you do that for me, please? You're such a good guy."
Does he sound like
He just
Why am I imagining him punching himself in the head while he does this?
he sort of got that kind of energy, right? So he comes around the brazier and he's on his hands and knees and he's begging in front of Nizak and he says, "Thank you so much. I've really been on her shit list ever since."
Isaac will reach out to pat him on the head, let him know things are okay, but then withdraw a hand. He's not too sure if it's out of disgust or the fact that he doesn't want this thing to run away and knock over the brazier and burn everything around him.
I barely have a budget anymore.
Rotek is gonna pipe in. Where is this forge?
Oh, it's easy to get to. So from the hallway where the solar kind of dumps you into, you go, if you're getting right down the steps there, you could turn left and you just keep going.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Out of character, that would be east on the map, yeah?
Yes. East.
Olafine is just going to smile, say, "Thank you very much for your time. That was important information.
Sure
We
thing.
will see you again in the future, and we will certainly talk to the lady for you."
Okay.
He's
Rotek is very
selecting
interested
himself
in-
now, but just barely.
Rotek is very eager to find this forge because he has no idea what a forge is, but man, that sounds interesting if it got someone in trouble.
Yeah, she's going to start heading towards the forge. It looks like we're all walking together, yeah.
Hey, you still need me to move you? Okay, you got it. All right.
Try to move indirectly.
I'm having a hard time hearing you, though. I'm gonna have to turn you up.
He said to just keep moving, right?
Yep. Oop,
Okay.
that way.
Why can't I see?
Oh, because it's dark in here.
I have dark vision, don't I?
Didn't you? You should. God fucking damn it. Did this break? Hold on. Hold on. Where is...
I have dark vision.
Hold on. Let me... Yeah, so that's active there. Let me see if I can... If it's active over here. Detection mode. No, it's not active over here. That's why. 90's too much. 60's good, though. There you go. Now you can see, yeah?
I can see clearly.
I can see...
Now the rain is gone.
Thank you.
Intrusive thoughts have won. Everyone? Okay. So you all are heading into this area, this next area towards the east.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to move your tokens back over here real quick. Because when you come back to this area, this is where you're going to be standing, so. All right. Please hold.
Elevator music.
I imagine it's got a lot of, like, bongos, you know?
I can't do bongos.
What are we even here for, man?
Ding 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 ding.
It's banjos. That's definitely a different kind of vibe. Okay. Oh, we're not in Kansas anymore.
Actually, that's exactly where I am right now.
Nice.
In Kansas?
I
Okay.
could do a dial-up router impression if that'll help.
No.
No.
Please don't. Please don't. Okay. I've got you guys kind of situated. So I'm going to go ahead and activate the next page. Go ahead and do... we're going to do this ambiance here. All right. As you enter a cave. I have dialogue for this. Hold on. Spent 6 months writing this adventure. As you pass through the doors, a familiar scent hits your nostrils, filling you with nostalgia. Water, earth, heat, plants. There's life in the place ahead. As you begin to walk further down the tunnel, the heat and humidity hits you. The Comtesse's voice returns as your heads are swimming with images of land crashing against one another. Land sinking into nothingness and being pulled from there into another place through a portal. This place is a piece of natural, material world that I managed to sequester here. I have a makeshift forge here. Feel free to use it if you possess the skills. It has some fine natural resources. And then the voice fades. Okay. I'm gonna unpause. And I believe... Oop.
Sorry.
Can you fix my dark vision again, please?
Filipina looks around kind of bemused and smiles, saying, thank you so much, disembodied voice of the Countess. And she just keeps walking.
Sure.
Oh, I have to say, I really fucking love the way the edge of your vision kind of blooms out. It's beautiful. So no one works here. We have to make them ourselves. Okay.
Is there? We don't have any sort of a signal, do we?
You can click and no, not really. You don't.
Yeah, Rotek is just gonna kind of like he's exploring and he's gonna back up and hiss and kind of like quietly call to try to get everyone's attention, just like bats, shade bats.
Well, this whole group is all the way over here already.
Oh, love it.
I haven't seen them. Where are they?
They are
Does,
just
does,
north of the cave opening.
I see them here.
does he say this loud enough that Olafina could hear him?
Sorry,
100
I was distracted by my daughter when we got in here, so I wasn't able to like explore with everyone else. He probably would have because I went straight north to begin with.
Mm.
I have a games mechanic question.
Sure.
If I can see something on the map, does that mean I'm supposed to be able to see it, or is that like a trick of Foundry and I should keep my mouth shut?
You're generally supposed to be able to see it. However, all of these things that you might be seeing, they're broken at the moment because the system didn't save their stealth rolls. So that's kind of why I'm letting you guys move along without it. We're pretending you don't see them right now.
Question.
Answer.
Olafina, sorry.
This table here, is this his necklace that I'm looking at?
Yeah, it appears to be. Let's have everybody catch up first, and then we will get into descriptions of stuff and things. Then I'm gonna do some stuff real quick while everyone is busy. Help my dark vision. Hold on. Let me finish what I'm doing, and then I'll address concerns and things.
No, it's better now.
So, do.
Scary red dice.
Did not expect these to be broken, and so they are. Real quickly. Is everybody kind of gathered in the same spot?
More or less.
Is that a critical or what?
Don't worry about
What does it mean when you? What does it mean when you roll a question mark?
it.
It means that we specifically don't know what the result was.
Don't worry about it. So you guys arrive here. I'm going to say you guys arrive as a group in general, just so, there's no, well, I wasn't there for that, or blah, 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 blah. Okay. So you guys, as you get closer to this area with the magma and the steam kind of floating off of it, the general temperature has risen from a cool 65 degrees Fahrenheit to roughly 95 in this general space. The humidity is quite high. And you know that if you exert yourselves, you will have to, deal with the consequences of that. It is also extremely hot within 5 feet of that magma, so be aware of that as well. As you guys are around the forge here, you can check things out. You can go ahead and make various checks if you'd like.
I think Rotak is going to go up to Nizak because Nizak seems to be the most familiar with the shades from the way the conversations are going, and just be like, "Did you see all of the bats?"
So once again, this is one of those mechanics questions. Did I see the bats as I walked past, or no?
We're going to say no one really saw the bats because they hadn't settled in yet. So we're going to... That's going to be a later thing now.
So my dark
Can we see
vision view of them
this?
shouldn't have been a thing.
No, it shouldn't have been. Morgan did want to investigate the necklace and such on the table there first. She did get here kind of first, I think. So go ahead and what kind of check are you looking for there, Morgan?
Let's see. Perception or Arcana?
You can do either. Arcana would be checking to see what kind of magic is going on, if there is any.
I'll shoot a perception first.
Okay. Impeccably crafted and beautiful. This rod and necklace seem to have been left there on purpose. The rod itself brims with power. You can feel it. It has 6 perfect platinum rings looped into an exterior structure and sharp edges in the hydrilium head. A line of crystal cordite runs the length of the weapon like a furrow on a blade. The necklace appears to be a strange thing with its intricate parts floating freely in position, yet bound. Gems of gold and silver spinning.
Oh, what was the weapon? Sorry.
It's a rod and a necklace.
Hmm.
Um,
Can I pick up the necklace?
Yeah, you pick it up.
Can I appraise it with Arcana?
Sure, yes. Go ahead and make an Arcana check. And as you're kind of looking at the necklace more closely, your 16 perception check betrays that there's some writing on it. Do you read Dark Elvish?
One moment. What's the actual language name?
Yeah, it is called Dark Elvish or Drokogr.
No.
No, there's some script on here that you don't read, that you can't read. And your Arcana check of 22. You can hear music dancing at the edge of your senses while you're holding this necklace.
Does it make me feel any different?
No, it doesn't make you feel any different. You can just hear music when you're holding it.
Okay, I'm gonna pause and let everyone else just do their own thing.
Okay.
I think
sorry. Go ahead.
you go first.
Olafina would like to flip through the books that are and the papers that are on the table and this bookshelf to
Okay.
see if she can find anything relating to the art of forgery or anything like that. Forging, like blacksmithing, the art of blacksmithing.
Sure. Go ahead and make a investigation check.
Investigation. Let it be good, please. Oh, nat 20.
Okay. These books should have long been destroyed by heat and humidity. However, there is some sort of enchantment upon them. Each one is cool to the touch, and each one is properly cared for, as if the caretaker of this house cares more about preserving these than the rest of this ancient fortress. The shelves contain tomes and codices containing information about artisan work. All of them are written by an Lyria Allen Mord and a Tyr Marduk. These manuals and monographs can be used for training crafting skills and proficiencies. So it's just
All right.
general training manuals and monographs that should help one learn how to craft stuff.
Yeah. She's going to specifically be looking for one on forging a blade, and she's going to pick up the best one she sees. She has that reminds me, in character sheet, my subclass, if I remember correctly, has
Yes,
something that helps me with that, if I remember right. I'll have to
you.
find that. Sage Professor, yeah.
Yes, you have some. You have the researcher trait.
Mhm. And my understanding is that basically I can easily find whatever I'm looking for in any library that would have information that I'm looking for.
Correct. So go ahead.
Sorry. I'm looking specifically for something that will help me learn enough that I can figure out how to make the specific kind of blade that I recently got proficiency for.
Sure. There's plenty of documentation there that would help you do such a thing.
Alright,
Amongst all of the books there.
I would like to pocket those books.
Okay. As you do so, a voice kind of resonates over the chamber. You hear it go, my, such sticky hands on the mistress's things. This is not something that should be allowed. And Belkarog's Brooklyn. Hold on. And here he is. My. And he just crawls over this big old rock, ignoring you, Rotak, and says, "You should put her things back where they belong. They do not belong to you, woman."
She lifts her hands up off of it and says, I was simply trying to do research. My apologies.
You have an arrogance about you when it comes to these sort of things. I have been watching. You should be careful with things that are not yours.
Does Olafina recognize what this creature might be?
It's a giant spider of some kind. Holy fuck, is he big?
I'm
Fair.
gonna put the necklace back down on the table.
Okay.
Can I roll anything to see if I know anything about this specific giant spider?
What
Either
are you trying to find out?
if it has a specific species, race, whatever, if they're known for anything, etc.
These are different questions. So
Okay. Does he
these would be
look like a
different.
kind of spider that she would have ever heard of, seen, or read about?
Nature check them.
Nature check? Okay. Nature +5. Okay. So 12.
You've heard of sentient spiders? This must be one of them.
I see. Well, may I ask, is there anyone that I can hire to make a blade for me?
Ha 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 ha. You're funny. Hire someone who lives here. No one.
All right.
Ha ha ha.
Would you happen to
This is
know
that.
how to work on a blade? She says as she kind of walks up closer. She has a smile. She's not being hostile.
Can I insight check the spider to see its general mood?
Sure. Yeah, go ahead and make an insight check. This creature is not very deceptive to begin with. He is probably... It's best to put him in the category of vindicated, as in he's being honest that he's been watching you a while and he has made a judgment about her that he believes is true and has been vindicated by her actions. And so here he is he's kind of smug about this. He feels like he has been proven right. And that's what you're getting with your 16.
Mm-hmm.
He's very intelligent, and you can perhaps have a good conversation with this creature if only it were driven from a subject that wasn't something that it was protective over.
Might I ask if you or anyone who does work or live here knows how to craft a blade? She asks genuinely, she's trying to figure out who she can talk to at this point so that she can get what she wants. She's trying to be friendly.
The mistress is the mistress. She is the owner of the estate. There is no one else to seek permission from. Has she given you such permission?
That's basically what that this is out of character. That's basically what she was saying earlier, that we could use these the forge to make anything that we thought we could that we thought we were capable of doing. Yeah? I don't remember the exact words she said, but that was the gist I got.
I believe it was the statement of we were welcome to its resources, and yes, if we had the skill with the tools, we could make what we wanted.
She did tell us that we were welcome to the resources within this forge, and that if we had the skills, we could make whatever we needed.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check, please.
Of course.
Can I help him with guidance?
Sure, yeah, you can help with guidance.
What does that add?
Add a d4. I forgot to add your
Add a
spells.
D4?
Fuck.
Azul.
I'm working with some brain problems here. You might have to remind me more than once. Guidance. Guidance is a cantrip. Starts
And
with
guiding bolt, please.
starts with a G. There it is. It's guidance. So yeah, you add a 1d4 to your roll for your persuasion roll there. Getting
I almost rolled the wrong thing there. Persuasion. How do I add 1d4?
when you
Okay.
when you click to roll it, it should come up with a box. You put 1d4 in the situational bonus.
All right. Rolled a 10.
Oh boy.
Okay. The spider says, "You are a haughty and proud individual, used to getting your way. I believe you not. If any can vouch for what you say, then perhaps. But first, there is something must be done for this one known as Belkarog."
Certainly. What can we do for you?
Belkarog lives here, is mistress's familiar of sorts. His home is infested with others who do not belong. Then Belkarog will be of the mind to help these ones here.
All right. What manner of infestation?
The Shade and the others must be destroyed.
The Shade. There's a singular Shade here?
No, those of the Shade and those who are others.
So, multiple Shades, multiple others?
Yes.
All right. Do you know exactly where they are in this area?
The Shade lurks in the darkness. One other lurks in the waters, and two others, like my kind, yet feral, lurk in the reaches by the mushrooms.
Right.
And we must eradicate them all.
Killing them all will go a long way to proving that you're not freeloaders.
She bows and sets off. If y'all want to keep talking, that's cool. I can stop here.
Anyone else have anything they want to say or do here to Belkarog or around Belkarog or around this forge here?
I think Rotak is just kind of like in a holy shit stone spider moment, and just is because Belkarog is standing right next to him, is going to just try to like reach out and touch this thing because he's very curious about living stone.
He's a spider. He's not made of stone.
Oh, for some reason I thought we said he was stone. My bad.
No. Yeah, he climbed onto the stone. It's a.
Oh, I may have misheard
There's
something.
a big old.
Never mind.
Yeah, there's a big old rock right here. So he's kind of sitting on it.
I think I parsed that bad. My bad.
It's okay. Well, you can reach up and touch him still if you want.
I had this mental image the whole time of a giant stone spider doing all of this. And I was like, that's cool as hell.
Do you still want to touch him?
I mean, yeah, I don't think he's seen a giant spider like this. So yeah, why not? He's just like
Okay.
big spider. Okay, this is cool.
Your journal pan should be in the under the journal page. I'm not sure if I made you one for you, but do you want one? Because I can make you one. Oh, it might have been.
Yes, please.
Yeah, if you had a prior one, it might have been lost because of the foundry problem I had before. Hold on. The pan.
Okay.
Sorry about that. Drums journal.
All right. I just had my book of grudges.
Yep. Yep. I'm gonna go ahead and give you ownership. There's Brian. Owner. There you go. Okay, you have your journal
you.
again. Yeah. So you reach up and touch him, and he goes, "You are a curious Scaldi, small one."
Yes, you are new to me.
There are many things new in the world to you, Scaldi. Do not touch all of them. Not all of them have Belkarog's temperament.
Belgarog, if I
I think
may.
I think Rotak just laughs and smiles at that because that's great.
Belkarog, it is, young one. He crawls over, kind of over Joriel a little bit, like his legs kind of like step over him, and you as he walks by, you see like one of his back right legs is carrying a book, and he comes towards you, Morgan, and he says, "Yes,
Once we have done this for you, would this grace be extended to the items on the table behind me?
those belong to the mistress. However, I could ask if they were meant for you. My memory is not as long as hers is, and she may have left them there for you. She may have not.
I am grateful. Thank you.
Indeed. It is better to ask than it is to take. You
Side note. Oh, go ahead.
you are a especially tiny lizard person.
Olafina turns to Nizak and says, "You would not happen to have a spare blade I could borrow, by any chance?" I don't remember if Nizak's player is crap.
That's Livesey, and he's currently muted.
It helps if I'm unmuted. No. My response is no. I just look and go, no. What I have on me is what I have on me.
Alright, my apologies.
I mean, I'm assuming you're talking at a normal volume, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah, Rotak's just gonna like pull out his rapier and be like, "You can use this."
Do I have proficiency with rapiers?
You should.
Okay, then
You do.
that
You
will work.
You can use the
Let's
trade menu in
turn
the
that.
bottom left-hand corner of the screen. It's under your name, your list of names. You can just go ahead and trade it that way. But yeah, so Brian, Belkarog starts talking to Pange,
Sorry.
and he says, "You are a smaller than expected lizard man."
So, in the, I didn't want to interrupt anyone, but when he was going on about finding out if it was something to take that we could take,
Mm-hmm.
I say, Master Auric always told the great Panjandrum that it is better to ask forgiveness than in permission.
Belkarog goes, "That is a level of wisdom that has never been conveyed to me by my mistress, but perhaps it is different for us. We both have masters, but our purposes are different. Yours is war, and mine is caretaking."
What care do you take?
I care for the forge and the house in absence of dear Remy.
I'd like to just mention real quick that I handed this over to
Yeah, I see it.
Rotak
I
in
see it.
response. Okay.
Belkarog says, "Has your war ended, little one?"
Master Oric taught the great Panjandrum that war never ends and never changes.
Wise man beyond his years. Unfortunately, he is perhaps dead at this point, or not even born yet. Only the mistress knows when and where we are. And he goes off and he crawls back towards the big old rock. I have reading to do. Please go about your task and return when you are finished.
When he was talking to me, could I get a look at the book he was reading?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, make a perception check.
Would that be perception?
Yeah,
I'm good at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
are. 16's pretty good.
That's actually shockingly good.
Yeah. So it is a book about the intricacies of running a business, and it's specifically about running Forge Works. It is written by an Alston Kep, and it is basically a incredibly thick volume about the intricacies of running a forge, how to go about supplying such a thing, and running a household and a company and that sort of thing. It's basically like a how to be a CEO kind of manual.
I wander over to the others and say, the afterlife is much more entrepreneurial than the great Panjandrum expected.
Do you know the word entrepreneurial? Wait, no, different one.
What?
Was that said in character?
Entrepreneurial is a perfectly cromulent word. Master Oric taught it to the great Panjandrum.
Yeah, no, I confused you with Rotek for a second.
So for WYSIWYG purposes, we can see the giant glowing gem on the other side of the lava, right?
Yep.
What does it look like? What the hell is that?
So there's kind of like a gem kind of breaking from the stone there. Like it's the stone around it's been hewn flat, and then there's just this gemstone that's kind of like protruding out, and it is giving off light of its own.
So Rotek's looking at that, and he's gonna ask. I wrote his name down. Belkarog. The shades do not like light. Can we use that light against the shades?
Belkarog replies, "No, that light is magical and energetic. It would not agitate them as much as flame would." There is a reason they do not come this way. It is the light of the fire.
Out of character. All right, so if we get 500 gallons of oil and just light the rest of the cave on fire.
Here's a question. Can move earth be used on lava?
It technically is rock. It's just really hot.
Alas, I do not have that spell this time, but I recall someone else maybe having it. But
Having what spell? I'm sorry.
move earth,
Not me.
in any case. Ben's going to...
Might
Think.
I ask, would they be similarly disadvantaged by the lights from my spell dancing?
What were you saying, Lee, first?
Sorry.
Mostly just asking asking the spider, where do these shades begin to trouble you? First and foremost.
They are generally nesting by the front of the cave. They can sometimes be agitated by the dancing lights. However, they are more agitated by flame.
Right.
Livesey had to drop because of a obligation that he had suddenly.
Fair enough.
So I'll be moving him around the map and participating as him in combat.
Are we going to essentially head to combat now then?
What's up to you guys?
Unless,
Keep talking
I
to
have
good
a-
old Belkarog here. You know, he's a great conversationalist.
Absolutely.
He seems
But
to
that's-
enjoy
I'm
having
gonna-
those conversations too.
Or doesn't have a lot of guests. Can we go now?
Olafina is going to be holding her staff in her left hand now, with the rapier in the other hand.
Okay. So you got your stuff. And to answer your question, Pange, rock that doesn't melt at that temperature, a crucible would do. You'd be able to hold it in in a crucible, depending on what the magma is made of. If it's like your general igneous rock, you could probably make you could use a good crucible, ceramic crucible that has a high heat tolerance to, hold some. Most metals would just straight up melt. So your options are limited to what would hold lava safely. There's
Master Auric taught the great Panjandrum that there are a few issues that cannot be solved with fire.
Your master was wise indeed. Fire can solve many problems.
I'm sorry, my brain's suddenly acting up a little bit, sorry. Did I ever get an answer on the question I asked earlier? I'm sorry.
About dancing lights?
Yeah.
Yes, he did say that it would agitate them. It doesn't agitate them as much as fire, but it would work.
All right. Sorry. Olafina looks to the group and says, "Are we ready to go then?"
Suppose there's not much left to do.
Let's go.
My headphones are one thing to die. Give me a moment.
I'm
I'm
gonna
going to switch to speaker right quick. Hopefully that shouldn't cause any issues because I have a fairly good noise blocker.
move Rotak too, because I think he might have stepped away for a moment. And Morgan runs ahead.
Don't run that fast ahead.
All right.
I'm going back where we came. What do you mean?
Yeah, but that's where the shades are.
Oh, fair enough.
Oh.
I thought we were talking about the shade bats.
I don't know where I went.
And that's at least where he said the shades were.
Oh, no, I can't hear you.
Oh, we're here.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys kind of reconvene here as with the rest of the group. And you do know that he was talking about the shade bats that were in this general vicinity. It is dark in here. If you can see the creatures now, you can actually see them.
Olafina is going to see. Would that be perception, looking for them, or investigation?
Yes, you can perception check.
All right.
I'll make one as
Do
well.
I still have guidance? Doesn't that last like an hour?
No, it does not. It is a instantaneous spell, but you basically have to use it right away.
All right. 14.
Oh, wait. I have advantage on those, don't I?
Yeah,
But
you
that was a 25.
Those are some pretty die.
Yeah, you can see that guy right there.
I think Joriel is going to whisper to the group and basically say, "There's one over here," and point in that direction.
Hold on. Points in what direction? Sorry. Okay. Right here.
Yes.
All right. Olafina's
Rotek faces that direction, but can't see anything.
Okay, that was one.
I'm sorry.
Turn the cameras down a little bit.
Joriel is going to
Sorry.
take out his mirror and cast light on the tip of his finger, and then use the mirror to sort of spotlight that position. And if you would allow for basically that to be
Olafina, sorry.
Hold on. Wait. Let Lee finish. What were you? What was your thing they're trying to do there, Lee?
to flavor that Joriel doesn't fully understand what he's doing with magic, have him trying to focus the light through the mirror on that point, have him cast Sacred Flame on those bats.
Oh, you just want to Sacred Flame them. You don't want to cast light.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then that'll put us in initiative.
All right.
So let me go ahead and add them. And go ahead and roll initiative now. Well, I got Nizak. Did you need me to roll for you, Brian? Or are you good?
Now I'm finding it.
Okay. There you go. All right. So, the way we're going to run this one is basically Joriel's the only one who can see them because nobody else can see them. So everyone is surprised except for Joriel, which means and basically all of your first turns get skipped. We basically jump straight to where Joriel is in the round, which is at the bottom, and then we start round 2 right after that. So Morgan, you're looking around for one of the things. Rotak, you're looking around for one of the things. This swarm of shade bats has no idea what's going on. Pans, you're looking around for things. You can't see shit because it's dark in here. This swarm of shade bats is just kind of existing here. So is this one. Nizak's looking around for the things. Olafina's looking around for the things. Joriel spots them and Sacred Flames.
Yes.
Yep. So let me go ahead and turn on some battle music.
They fail.
They fail.
8 points of radiant damage.
They screech. And so do the others. Okay. And is that the end of your turn?
If I see that happen, I'm going to then I'll leave it for now.
Okay. I gotta fix that. Hate that. Okay. Morgan, your turn.
Do I see anything?
You see that one group of shade bats.
I actually don't.
Oh, hold on.
Oh wait, it's so okay, I think I do see it. I just thought it was melting into the wall.
Yeah, they're right there. Sorry, there's a bug when they're fucking hidden that they don't fully come out of transparent when they are no longer hidden. So I can drop them back on there. Hold on, let me just do that. Well, no, if I do that, I'll have to re-put him in the initiative. He's here. He's right here.
I see. Okay, I'm gonna slingshot a guiding bolt.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Right at him.
Uh,
Ooh, nat 20. Crit.
nice. I'm still not seeing any of them, by the way.
You may not be able to see them.
Okay.
You kill it. Yeah, he's dead.
Wow, oh my god.
He's fucking dead. You
Wow.
obliterate him. Oh my god. Alright. So you kind of line up your shot, you charge up your guiding bolt, you blast it out there. There's a glowing ball of light, and the swarm, like half of them have just fallen out of the sky after catching into radiant flame. They kind of like start to spin up to start flying at Joriel, and then they start going, and your ball of guiding light just burns right through their little ball of swarm, and they're all dead. Good interception shot.
I'm gonna stay where I am.
Okay. Rotak.
Rotak pulls his bow out and just stands still because he can't see shit.
Okay.
I have 30 feet of blind vision and nothing is within 30 feet.
Nope.
Now, the other question though is because we're in the dark, can I just hide?
You could hide, yeah. Because you're in the dark.
Yeah,
You have cover. Or you have concealment. So
I'm gonna attempt to hide then.
okay. You duck behind Nizak.
Do I need to roll or activate that?
You have to roll a stealth check, yeah.
That's not in the preset things. Alright, let me just pull up the sheet.
Okay. You are as hidden as you feel you can be right here. Okay, this swarm flies towards the nearest foe, which is Olafina.
Oh, joy.
Yeah. Oh, joy indeed. That might be part of the problem. Hold on. Let's see here. Let me see if this will work. Yeah, okay. That does help. Alright, so it's going to move from its position there. 30 feet. Flying. And it's going to take a dash. You get in there. And it's going to occupy the same space as you, Olafina. They're all over you. That's their turn. Pange, it's your turn. You can't see fuck all.
Yes, and he's very unhappy about that.
Mm-hmm.
Question for you.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure the answer is going to be no.
Okay.
But prestidigitation.
Yeah.
It says you can create an instantaneous, harmless sensory effect.
Yeah.
Such as this. So, does it just flare up and then die off?
Yeah, it would be like...
Or is it... Okay.
Yeah, it would be like sparks. Probably wouldn't be enough to see anything. It's, you know, it's basically an aesthetic effect rather than a, you know, light or that sort of thing. It's show magic, you know? That sort of thing.
Okay. Yeah.
You can still attack a creature that you cannot see. You can do that at disadvantage.
All right. Because otherwise I'm dead useless.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to go firebolt at where I think one is.
Okay. A disadvantage. You did hear them both screech when
And-
they got activated.
He yells out. Well, no, I can't actually. I gotta target them, right?
You don't have to. I think it'll let you roll it anyway. And if it doesn't, we can just roll it anyway.
There we go. Well, may not complete previous. Where is it? It's saying I've got one, but I don't know where it's hiding.
It should be in their chat messages.
Oh, okay. There we go. There we go.
Also, if you
I yell
go to
out.
just a tip, if you go to the combat carousel and you click on the target button underneath the enemy in the tracker, if it is visible to you, it'll highlight it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, not visible. All right. In that case, I yell out, "The Great Panjandrum says, pull up your socks!" And let the firebolt rip. Except it's not like...
Do you need me to force it?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
Wow, that was awesome.
It does have to be a disadvantage. Okay, so 14
Yeah.
does hit. So damage, go ahead and roll a d10. You can use like a regular d10
Alright.
down at the bottom tray there. Ooh, green.
9.
Green fire. Let's say it was on this guy. You just blast this guy. A lot of squeaking.
Squeaker squeaking.
Squeaker squeaking. Rabid squeaking. All
Every
right.
day he's squeaking.
Yeah. Is that the end of your turn, Panch?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to see if I can get any kind of like the lay of the land in the brief
Sure.
blast of light, but otherwise that's it for me.
This creature is going to dash to get to... Oh, let's see. We're both equally close. Nizak, I think, is closer. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Ah, can get to Nizak and attack. So it's gonna go ahead and do that. It's gonna bite Nizak. $21 hits. Dealing 4 points of damage. And it's going to occupy a space. They're all over him. Alright, that is the end of their turn. Nizak's turn. Nizak's going to... And he's going to attack him. He hits. Alright, that is Nizak's turn. Olafina, your turn.
Olafina kind of starts to freak out for a minute before catching her breath and like angrily exclaiming as she raises her staff up alongside her sword. And I'm going to cast with my staff Chromatic Orb.
Okay.
How do I choose which kind of damage I do? Hold on. Essentially, since they're all around her, she's just going to cast it in front of her and then crush it, kind of crush it between the sword and the staff and just try to hit everything around her, if that makes sense.
Okay. It is a ranged spell attack, so it does need to be thrown at disadvantage.
Okay.
because you were in melee with it.
So I need to roll the attack twice.
Yep, and you take the lower one.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Oh
14.
man, the higher one would have been so good.
Yep.
So, oh, it's only letting me roll critical.
Nope, you just roll 3d8s.
3d8.
Yep.
Watch our 3d8. Right?
Yep, just 3d8s.
All right.
Okay, and that's 11 points of damage. I'll just move you real quick. But what kind of damage is it? What's the element?
Thunder. I think the Thunder Chromatic Orb does more damage, doesn't it?
Nope, they all do the same.
Okay.
That's a Baldur's Gate thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so did you want thunder or did you not?
Fire.
That's such a spoiler.
Okay. Fire. All right. Is that the end of your turn?
Actually, no. Going to cast Blade Song.
I believe Blade Song is a bonus action, so yes, you can do that.
Yes. I
Good.
made sure to check that actually.
There you go. All right. Joriel, your turn.
All right. Oriel will seem almost surprised at the finger with the mirror trick, and then just start shining a light on these bats.
Do it again.
Less impressive damage this time.
Still.
One either way, so.
Yes. It is 1 point of damage. Alrighty. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Morrigan, your turn.
Hmm. Is one of the swarms over? Sorry, I forgot your name. About what names?
Her name is Olafina, and there's a swarm
Olafina.
on her right now, and there's a swarm next to Nizak. So this is the swarm that's on her, and this is the swarm that's next to Nizak.
I want to try something.
Sure.
I want to try infestation and try to compel the bats to move away.
Interesting.
I don't know how it works on a swarm though, because it says one creature. Is a swarm technically considered a creature in this instance?
It is considered a creature. Target must succeed in Constitution saving throw or takes 1d6 poison damage. Yeah. Okay, so con save for it's this one. Saving throw. Normal saving throw. Your save DC is...
I think it's 11.
It's 11, so it does save. So it takes 0. Because this is a... yeah, this is a... yeah. So no
Or
damage.
takes, yeah, okay.
Yep, it takes no damage, and it does not move. That's right.
I get a better angle and go up a little bit.
Okay.
Get a better angle.
Rotak, your turn. There's a swarm of shade bats next to Nizak. And you.
Since I'm hidden, if I move, do they get an opportunity attack?
That would require you to be hidden from them.
I assume by that statement I am not in fact hidden from them.
I would believe no. You are not currently hidden from them. There are a couple of bats in the swarm looking directly at you.
Got it. Then I will use my bonus action to disengage.
Okay.
Given my cunning action.
Yeah.
I'm going to step away about 20 feet.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to shoot that swarm of bats.
Yeah. Screw them. I mean, shoot them.
Nice.
They are within 5 feet of a ally, so you do get sneak attack damage. So go ahead and roll your regular damage, and then your sneak attack damage. Nice. And now sneak attack.
I guess I have to do it manually. It's saying I can't do it that way. 1 second.
An extra 1. Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
I believe so, because that's bonus move and action. So, yep.
Okay. Is this swarm's turn? Just gonna go ahead and move that just for the sake of easy targeting. And I'm gonna go ahead and give up. Oop, no. Oopsie. This one. I'm gonna go ahead and do bite. And that misses. So they're still on top of you, though.
Yeah.
Pange, it is now your turn.
Oh, unmute on the first try. All right. Well, I'm still in sort of the same situation.
Yes.
So
that has not improved for you yet.
yeah. I am going to go.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I guess I'm going to stick with Firebolt because I don't have too many options.
No.
I'm rolling at disadvantage.
Yep. You still hit it.
All right.
You destroy it.
Ooh.
So you send a bolt of flame through that swarm, killing all of them.
Ah, Master Oric was right. And I'm hopping up and down, cackling.
Yeah, there you go. Is that the end of your turn?
It is.
It's on Nizak's turn. He's going to step over to target the swarm. Yeah, as long as he doesn't roll a natural 1, he won't hit you. Alright. There you go.
Nice.
That's his turn. Level 2. Okay. It's your turn now, Olafina.
Olafina is going to simply use her rapier. That is a 13. Does
13,
that hit?
13 does hit.
Alright. She kind of lifts her blade up above her head and starts whipping it around like a fucking bullwhip or something. Just hitting as many as she can at once.
Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
Okay, some of them fall to the ground destroyed, but they are still swarming around you. Joriel, your turn.
All right. Yeah. Fortunately, the bats are the ones that have to avoid the flames, not the other way around.
Do you have
So-
Olafina targeted? You do.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
There. Avoid this. They do, but They still take 4 points of radiant damage.
Oh, from your...
Carry this filthy casual.
From what, exactly?
Oh wait, no, sorry, never mind.
Yeah.
They succeeded. I don't have that feature yet.
Nope.
Alas.
Alas. That brings us back to Morrigan. Unless you wanted to move, Joriel. Are you good where you are?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy. I'm gonna throw one of the magic stones at the bat to get him off.
Get him off.
Get it off.
Let me go ahead and target it for you. There you go.
Thank
Go
you.
ahead and do your
Keep
thing.
forgetting.
It's alright. 16 does hit.
Jeez.
Yeah, you destroy him. That finishes him off. A nice big rock flies through the air and crushes the rest of them.
Actually, it looks like a star.
It looks like a little star. Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Is
It's a
it,
little cool.
are they cartoony or like realistic?
I prefer realistic.
Okay. It's a little ball of plasma just goes. Woo.
It off.
Alright, and that is the end of the fight as they are all destroyed. Oh, sorry. Congratulations on your 25 experience points each. They've already been added to your sheet.
And then if Olafina is immediately going to use Arcane Recovery, giving a spell slot back.
Okay. And the scene is yours again.
I can just go into here and edit it, right?
Yep.
All right.
You know, those dancing lights would have been nice at the beginning of the fight.
I was planning on doing it right at the beginning of the fight, but like someone did a sacred flame right before I had the chance to.
Sacred Flame.
Yeah. I mean, the sacred flame did the job too, sort of.
Who did the Sacred Flame? I got.
I did.
Okay, I thought. Okay, nice. It's just still dark in
Look.
here, so I was like, where is it?
Rotek is going to chime in. Fighting in the dark is much harder.
Speaking of which, I am going to now use the dancing lights and just cast them in a on each corner around me, sort of.
So I said there was some in the shade, some near the mushrooms that weren't shades, and I think that was it.
Those of the shade and those of the others, feral ones of its kind.
He said, I think he said one of his kind, and then some mushrooms. Yeah.
Right.
Rotek's going to chime into Olafina's. How far can those lights travel?
They can. Hold on. They can move up to 60 feet as long as they stay within 20 feet of one another.
You want a light of your own so you don't have to worry about it?
Can we all see, or would it be good to send those far and have them see for us? Farther than we can travel safely. Rotek's basically suggesting send those lights forward so we see where they go, so we can see without having to step there, because getting surprised is not advisable.
one. If I can deselect all but one, it's not letting me do that for some reason.
You have to, yeah, you have to highlight an area off to deselect stuff. You have to like draw a little box with your select token tool, and then like off to the side to deselect things. Hi, Dilly. You're a good puppy.
I'm trying to. Okay, thank you. All right. And then she's going to keep walking with 3 of them, so that if we see more shades, they'll be less willing to like go straight at her.
Trying to find Lee's cursor. I don't see where you are. Oh, there you are.
Sorry.
Oop, that was my bad. Nope.
Uh-oh, it's
How
not
deep
letting
is
me
the-
move.
She's going to use her staff to see how deep the water is ahead of her.
There you go. I'll put you back where
Thank
you
you
were.
very much.
Yeah.
Or, sorry, could you, for some reason it's not letting me move my token properly. Could you catch me up to the group?
Yes.
Thank you so much.
You're this way.
Rotak's gonna chime in. Belkarog said there was one by the water.
Yes.
The water is not very deep.
All right. She's gonna cross.
Hi, puppy. Yes.
Is there a check I can do by the water to do any like tracking to see if there's signs of a creature?
Yeah, that's a survival check. And Pange, go ahead and roll a stealth check if you'd like.
Oof.
Move the elf boys up to the water edge. There are no tracks in the water around the sandy stream bed. Sploosh, sploosh, sploosh. You're okay, Deli Do.
Hold. Rotak's gonna be like, hold.
What was that? Sorry.
And he's gonna like just say hold, trying to get everyone to stop and gather up.
As you do
As he
that,
Oh dear.
we're gonna drop that out of the combat border. We're not gonna add the dancing lights in there. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that should be everybody. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. Yep. And go ahead and roll initiatives.
All right. A quick stupid question.
Okay.
With any enemy that uses their eyes to see,
Yeah.
would putting a blinding light directly in their face affect their ability to attack you?
It would only do so if it is if that light is capable of doing that. So dancing lights aren't actually that blinding.
All right.
It would say so in the description of the spell.
All right. Works with me.
Yep.
Just wanted to see.
All right, and Joriel, are you still having problems with your sheet?
Yeah, I'm just gonna try reloading. 1 sec.
Yeah. You want me to roll initiative for you?
If it doesn't work after the reload, then yes.
Okay.
Speaking of which, my inventories and spells and stuff are no longer showing up.
That is a. Seems like you need to click off your spellbook tab and click back on it, and if that doesn't work, you need to
I
reload.
see what I was doing. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Who of us doesn't have dark vision, by the way?
That would be Pange. Pange can't see in the dark.
I say, yeah,
Everybody else has some kind of ability to see in the dark.
right.
There we go. Okay. Rotak, you are first.
Excellent. Now, looking at this map, WYSIWYG, there's a crack here that I can see through, correct?
Yeah, you can see it.
Hell yeah.
Oh. Oh no. Another quick question: has my dancing lights already worn off?
They
Has
are
it been there?
they are concentration lights, and they do last a minute.
Like,
You would have been
like,
able to recast them for free, so that you could still have them if you want them.
I meant to say Blade Song. I'm sorry.
Yeah, okay. Your blade song is a different matter, so it does wear off. And it has worn off. So you have one
Alright.
left.
All right.
Yeah, you hit it. Go ahead and roll damage. 5 points of damage.
I don't think I get a sneak attack on this at all, right?
No. It is aware of you. You do not have advantage, and there is no one who is flanking it or is within 5 feet of it.
Yeah, okay. Just want to make sure.
Yep. Okay. End of your turn.
I think I'm just gonna step back a little bit and then end my turn.
All right.
Oh, that's not the right thing. Oh, I can't take an action while the game is paused.
Oopsie. There you go. Okay, it's Nizak's turn. He's gonna casually stroll up, say, "What's going on? Why did we stop?" And that's gonna be his turn. Panch, your turn.
All right. So as usual, I can't see at all, right?
Right. Yeah, you can. What you can see is you can see Olafina and Rotak, right? Because that's who you can see.
I'm gonna creep up here
Okay.
and see if I can look around in the area of lights and notice anything.
There are no foes within the range of the lights.
I mean,
And-
you did see Rotak shoot a bow.
No, he didn't, because you were in the dark when you
Oh,
did
really?
that.
Oh, god damn it.
Yep. So you can kind of hear Nizak behind you, but that's about it.
Can I make a perception to just kind of like listen and maybe smell? See if
Sure,
I
yeah.
notice anything unusual.
Absolutely. Now, with a 15, you can kind of hear chittering sounds. And this fucking guy right here, I think you can definitely tell that there's something there.
Which fucking guy? Can you ping that again?
Right, that fucking guy right there. You can kind of tell there's something there. You can't see it, but you can hear it
Fuck
definitely.
that guy in particular.
Yeah, you can definitely hear him.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of point in that direction
Sure.
and like tug the clothing or something of the nearest person so that to get their attention, which I think is Rotak.
That's Rotak, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna like tug on his clothes or whatever and point in that direction.
Yep. Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
That's it.
Okay.
I just imagine Rotak has no idea that he can't see in the dark, so he's just like, ow.
I have no idea what you said. What was that?
I just imagine Rotak doesn't even realize Panjandrum can't see in the dark, so he's just like, why are you touching me right now?
Do we do like free action, real short conversation?
Yeah, you can. Meanwhile, it is Olafina's turn, but yeah, you can respond to the Pange.
Because Rotak's probably still aiming his bow at the other one. Rotak's just gonna be like, yes, 2 spiders, one there, and like pointing at the one he just shot at.
I don't see the other one. Actually, that's scary. Okay. Am I able to walk up here?
Yes, you can climb that.
Alright, Olafina is going to cast. We're going to do the Blood Song again.
Okay.
Is going to walk right up to him
Okay.
and hit him with the good old fashioned one here.
Okay.
Decent hit.
That does hit.
That does hit. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Just tries to stab him.
Okay, 5 points of damage. Is that the end of your turn?
I believe so. I've used my action and my bonus action.
Okay. Joriel, it is your turn.
Toriel's gonna move up here. Now that I can see both of them. I think start with a guiding bolt on the one fighting. Olafina's fighting.
Sure. That
20
hits.
to hit. Nice.
Oh, nice.
17 points of radiant damage. And the next attack against it has advantage.
It is definitely no longer hidden because it's glowing. Okay. End of your turn.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna use a little bit more movement to just go over here.
Okay. Morgan, your turn.
Did someone point out the other one to me? Up there?
Yep, it's up there.
Can I see it from where I am?
Negative.
How about now?
Can you see it?
No.
It is hidden from you then.
I need to double check my movement speed.
You have 30, so you got 10 more. It's hidden in the dark up there somewhere.
I'm going to try to expose it with fairy fire.
Okay, yeah.
It's a 20-foot cube. Where do I want it? That's the big question.
When you
Can
cast...
both?
I don't think so, because there's a wall between them. There's like cliff wall right in here. That would prevent that.
Prevent the fairy fire?
It would prevent you from catching both of them because basically you'd have to, it'd have to kind of...
Yeah, as long as I can expose the other one, that's all I really care about. So.
Yeah, the only person who can see the first one is Rotak, so... place your measure template from the chat over the creature. Yeah, there you go.
Nice.
And it fails its saving throw, so it is no longer hidden. It is glowing like a Christmas tree.
It's gonna glow violet.
Violet?
Yes.
Nice.
Alright, let's go
Good
ahead
color.
and grab some violet. How much light? 10-foot radius? There we go.
Oh, it's like a disco party.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
It's a disco spider.
Oh no.
There we go.
And
So that's your action.
yes, I have a bonus. Wait, which one? What am I supposed to be bonus?
Not a lot of spells have bonus actions. You have Magic Stone and Healing Word.
I'm gonna try to hit it with a stone.
Magic Stone.
Magic.
Target it.
Yes, you have that targeted.
My range is 5. What?
So magic stone. That the bonus action is to charge the stones, and then
Oh,
it's
that's
an
right.
attack action to throw them later.
Oh, okay.
Yes, right. Sorry, my bad. You have a charged stone.
I had 2 left from previous, but I guess that's it. I can't move. I can't do anything else. That's it.
Yeah. Okay. It is now this spider's turn. It is unhappy. It is now fairy fire. It is going to. It's stuck to the fire. Fire's stuck to it too, so that just kind of goes with it. So it's gonna skitter towards you, and it's gonna try to eat you.
Now Isaac knows why everyone stopped.
It crits.
Oh, shit. Is Fairy Fire concentration? It is.
Yep.
I need to.
Make a Constitution saving throw for me, please. And you failed with a 10, and you're unconscious because it basically puts a big ol' hole in you. So it skitters forward. You're like, oh fuck, here it comes, and big long fangs come in at you at the side, pierce through your torso as it's trying to like lift you off the ground. It slams you onto the ground, and you are unconscious as it pumps you full poison.
Oh boy.
Yep. Yeah, so you're stable, but you're paralyzed. You appear to be dead. Okay, that is the end of this giant spider's turn. As it finishes its attack on you, it says, "Flesh must eat flesh," and it skitters over you. It's now this creature's turn. It is going to attack Olafina.
Uh-huh.
And it misses. Okay.
Oh,
That's the end of its turn. Rotak, your turn.
Can I interject with Rotak as a free action?
As long as it's exchanging words.
I'll say, if you can, delay your shot until I curse it.
Okay. I can delay my turn, can't I?
You can delay an action, so you have to declare what the action is in advance and what triggers it. And that goes off as a reaction when whatever happens triggers it. Does that make sense?
Gotcha. Then I will ready an action to shoot the spider, and the trigger will be when it is cursed by Joriel.
Sure, yeah. Okay, that is your turn. Nizak's turn. Nizak's gonna run up, and he's gonna attack the spider, because this seems like the thing to do. He's gonna attack. He hits. And he's gonna dump Fat Smite in it. Smite? Smite. Smite. It failed its wisdom saving throw. It is frightened of Nizak.
Nice.
Okay. I'm imagining sort of like, get away from her, you bitch, vibes from Nizak here. Go ahead, Pans, your turn. You might be muted, homie.
It just gave me aliens vibe. Thank you for
So I hadn't asked this before. Can I tell how high this building is, or this cave?
Tell how what? high it is.
High it is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a good 15, 20-foot high cave. In some places, it's higher than others, but it's got a lot of stalactites hanging from the top. So it's
Excellent.
naturally formed.
I would like to climb. I'd like to climb 15 feet up the wall.
Absolutely.
Now, can I actually see that spider? Because on the screen it was kind of translucent.
Yeah, that's a bug from the stealth system. So it's there.
Okay.
You can see it. It just leaves them semi-transparent after the stealth wears off. But yeah, you can see them. So yeah, you're 15 feet up.
Okay. And then I
That's
am
it.
going to cast
You know, blast them.
Chromatic Orb
Yeah. Okay.
with lightning damage.
Nice. Oh. Oh dear.
The fairy fire should be gone, right?
No. Oh yes, it's concentration.
Do I get
it is gone.
it?
You don't.
Okay, so I don't get any kind of advantages. Or
Yeah,
anything.
unfortunately, no.
You don't get disadvantage. 'cause
Ouch.
it's right next to a light, dancing light.
No, that doesn't. No, that doesn't have any
Well-
effect on that.
Okay.
Well, that was a waste of a spell slot.
Unfortunately, yes. You
All right.
try to blast them, and yeah, dancing lights can't threaten anything, so it can't impose any sort of flanking advantages or anything like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought that height gave an advantage.
No, it's not. The 5e doesn't function that way.
Okay. Sorry.
Pan.
All right. I'm just gonna hang up here then.
Yep, you feel safe. You're on the wall, kind of sticky like a gecko. Throwing some chromatic orbs.
Yep.
Didn't hit anything, but you feel safe up there.
I'm like standing straight out so I can use my hands.
Right.
Got my tail curled around something.
Yeah, some stalactite or something. You know, rocky outcrop. It's your turn, Olafina.
Yes. I'm going to. Six versus. Give me a second. I apologize. I'm looking at something. Alright, but this is. Okay, I'm going to hit this guy. Yes.
Okay.
With frostbites.
Okay.
Alright, now he has to roll a constitution. Oh,
It failed. It takes 3 points of damage.
okay. And it has disadvantage on the next weapon attack roll it makes before the end of its next turn.
Right. Okay. As a suggestion, you should move one of your dancing lights so that it illuminates this creature,
Yes.
so Pange can see it.
It's not letting me move them.
Because you are in targeting mode.
I am in targeting mode. You are correct.
There you go.
Just hanging above its head now.
Alright. So is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
Joriel, woman down!
Indeed. As bonus action, will spare the dying on, which I don't think does anything because
She's already stable.
Yeah. In which case, instead, I'm gonna do healing word.
Okay.
And thanks to Circle of Mortality, the healing is maximized, so you get straight 8 hit points back.
Very nice.
And then I'm going to, for my action, I'll just say to Rotak that one and point to the one next to Olafina, and use Path to the Grave. So it still has advantage from my Guiding Bolt last turn,
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, now where's it? Channel of the new path to the grave. Until the end of my next turn, the next time it's hit with an attack, it has vulnerability to all of the attack's damage.
Okay. So Rotak, you can attack that creature now. Because that's the one that is cursed. Yep, that's the one. Lee, go ahead and give me your max heal so I can fix Morrigan.
It's 8.
Okay.
Because it'll be a D4 plus 4, so 8.
I don't have advantage on this, right?
You do.
You do, from the guiding bolt last turn.
21 hits.
And it's also a sneak attack, right?
Yes. So you get another D6 on top. And is vulnerable, so it takes 18 from your shot, plus 10. So it's 28. It's dead.
Shot right through the eye.
Right through,
One of them, at least.
Yeah, right through one of the big eyes, straight into the brain case. It drops in a wet slap onto the rock and kind of slides in a very sort of like Unreal Engine kind of way to the floor, leaving a nice blood trail of like green ichor.
Tasty.
It's slippery. That is the end of. Is that the end of your turn, Joriel?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, no. Sorry. I think for just helpfulness' sake, I'm gonna move here.
Okay. You're gonna go to behind the big scary spider, the big scared scary spider, and flank it for Nizak. Okay. That is the end of your turn. I know Morrigan is bringing Child to bed, but if they're back, I would like to hear from them. If not, they can't do much of anything anyway. They are still paralyzed, but they're awake and they're alive. Sort of like Frodo in The Return of the King after having been gut stabbed by Shelob. Speaking of Shelob, it's going to scooch just a little bit. Its attacks are at disadvantage because it can see Nizak, and Nizak is the object of its fears. It is going to attack. Eeny, meeny, miny, moe. This is roll a d6. This is going to attack Nizak. At disadvantage. Because it's scared. It misses.
Nice.
Rotak, your turn.
I'm gonna do something fun because I want to use the ability. Rotak, upon being approached by this giant spider, proceeds to try to turn the tables by stepping forward and biting it. And I am going to use Viper's Fangs. With sneak attack.
Right?
You get the surround bonus because you're technically the third person.
He would need to step to the right one space, but yes.
Oh, I can do that.
Yeah. Then he gets the advantage from overwhelmed. Yeah, there you go.
So does that gives me advantage to this attack as well?
Yep. That hits. So you bite the spider. Snake Scaldy bites spider. It succeeds its save. Go ahead and roll your sneak attack.
It still takes half at least, though.
Yep. It's a d6 for your sneak. 3 more. Okay. This is the end of your turn, right?
I am going to bonus action disengage and finish my move backing up.
Okay. Alright, it's now Nizak's turn. He is going to poke it with the pointy stick. His sword. He hits with a 19, 24 total. Deals max damage, slaying the creature.
Nice.
It is now no longer frightened, it is now just dead.
I'm gonna switch
I
back
like
to
the
my
blood splatter.
Okay, and that brings us back to here. And
Alright, the combat's over. Could I ask that we take a minute to use the restroom?
yes, we certainly can.
Thank you.
And we'll be back in a minute or so. A few minutes. I'll give it till 10:43. Yeah, so the scene's
I
yours,
am good.
guys. Go ahead and proceed as you would like. Pange, are you gonna stay up there on the wall? You gonna hop down? What's your game plan up there?
Doing what lizards do?
May I roll survival to scavenge useful materials and things from the dead spiders?
You may certainly try. Pange.
Do I
Might
get
not be back
advantage
yet.
because of scavenger? I'm sorry.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. I'm gonna get my book out, still hanging up on the wall,
Mm-hmm.
and see if there's anything about giant spiders.
In your little book, in your little picture book.
Yeah.
Okay. You open up
Yep.
your book, and it's a pop-up picture book, right?
Right.
Right. So it pops up, and you're popping through, and then you're paging through, and then you get to S, and then S is for giant fucking spiders, and it's written out like that.
Yes,
Yes,
absolutely.
Yes, and it says, giant fucking spiders are a menace and should be destroyed. They're the fucking worst. Their poison sucks and makes everybody look dead, but they're not really. They're just stuck.
I feel
Very useful book. Does it have any information about valuable parts of the spider or edible ones?
Yes, it does have some information. It says, for the desperate, you can cook the legs as if they were king crab. For the murderous, the poison will make people look like they're dead, but not really dead.
I'm calling down. Ooh, get legs and poison sac
I want
and
that.
liver. Liver super valuable.
Oh,
But my question from earlier, does scavenger give me an advantage on this survival check to get parts?
It does. It also, now that you have some information from Pange on what to get, it's gonna lower your DC by quite a lot. You know what you're looking for.
If I also have scavenger, could I make an attempt?
Yes, though it is unnecessary because Rotek
Yeah.
rolled a 24.
Sounds good.
Sounds good. You
I
acquire,
got a critical.
yeah, you acquired all of the legs in good condition, and a poison sock in good condition. You may add,
Knowing how Cruent's crafting system used to work, do I also get like fangs or anything?
the fangs, unfortunately, are not particularly helpful. They are hollow and brittle. So, unless they're being used by the creature itself, it's not going to assist you in any sort of thing. You are able
Gotcha.
to scavenge a couple of legs there, Joriel, but the poison sac you think is a loss because the arrow that hit it right in the face probably destroyed it. And,
Joriel's gonna look at the legs, look to Pange, and you sure these are edible?
Yeah. Totally.
All
Alright.
we're gonna say this happens over a short rest.
I'm gonna scurry down the wall.
Okay. You hop down the wall.
Yeah.
You guys can go ahead and roll a short rest here, and the paralysis will wear off as you guys are scavenging these parts.
As I said, Olafina's just going to drag, well, not drag, but like do her best to carry Morrigan back to the forge, and then she'll take the short rest.
Okay. So you get carried back to the forge.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go
She's
ahead.
gonna
And...
lay her. This is a bench, right?
What is a bench?
This right here.
No, that is not a bench.
Are,
That is a cupboard.
is this table big enough for someone to be laid on, so they're not on the ground?
Yes.
She's going to stack the papers neatly over here to get the papers off of them,
Mm-hmm.
and lay Morrigan there.
Okay. Then we have a little bit of
And
a...
a nap.
Yep.
And
Yep.
then she's just going to sit here and wait.
After about an hour, you can move your muscles again. You can...
Feel so stiff.
Okay. And, gentlemen.
There we go. I figured it out.
As the person controlling the dancing lights is left, Joriel will head to Panjandrum and basically just say, like, you got a wand or a staff or something you hold all the time?
Yes.
I can make it light so that you can see.
Ooh. He holds out his necklace.
And Joriel will cast light on the necklace, so you'll have the effects of the light spell for an hour. I
Was
believe.
it? Is it 40-20?
It's 2020.
Yeah, so 40-20.
Blaze it.
Okay, there you go.
As Olaf or as Morgan starts to start getting moving around again, Olafina kind of lays a hand on her forehead and says, "Are you feeling better now?" Or more,
My body feels terribly stiff, but
that is to be expected. Got bitten by a spider the size of a cot.
yeah, and the hole in my chest, it's gone.
Yes, you can thank Nizak for that.
Rotek, after their whole rest is, should we wait for the others, or are we going to get them before we find these mushrooms?
Are these not the mushrooms?
Oh, maybe they are.
Yes, those do appear to be mushrooms.
Oh, so maybe that was it then.
We killed 2 spiders and
Yeah, those are the two
swarms of
sparrows.
bats.
Should we investigate what is in front of us, or wait for the others to come back?
Given the shape of this cavern, I think if we head in this direction, we should make our way back towards the forge while still exploring the unseen area.
I think Rotak and Nizak will lead the way, so the squishies can stay behind.
Once Morgan's like fully recovered, Olafin is going to stand, help her get up, put the notes back where they were, and say, "Well, I think we should possibly go see what's going on with our films." She points towards the bridge over here, and she says, "I'm going to trust that and see if we can catch up with them sooner than going all the way around."
We were able to cross the water easily last time, right?
Yep.
If it doesn't look any deeper, Joriel will take a step in.
Sure. Yep, it's
All right.
nice and cool and refreshing. It's a little... Actually, it's a little warm.
Right.
Let me just double check that real quick. The water. The waters are moderately warm and can be nice to soak in.
Lovely.
Yeah. Oh, hold on, Olafina. Need you back.
Sorry?
Need you back here. So, as you're
My
kind of
apologies.
wandering across the bridge there, let's see.
Oh shit! That's not good.
Yep, that hits you.
With a reaction, I'm going to do silvery barbs.
Okay, makes it roll again. Same conditions. Still hits you.
Damn.
Dealing 7 points of damage. You're also grappled. And
He's going to scream in surprise.
yep, you are grappled. It's going to yeah, and restrain you. You do make a immediate escape attempt, so that is a athletics or acrobatics check.
Athletics or acrobatics?
Yep.
Slightly better at athletics, so let's pray. Okay.
Okay. You break free from that, and the tentacle slips back underwater.
All right. Olafina is going to. If do I need to roll initiative?
What we're going to do here is, because it's 11 o'clock, we're going to stop, but we are going to enter a combat state. So we will roll initiative next time.
All right.
And that's where we will stop for the evening, as you
Okay.
are by yourself against a giant octopus.
Oh
So,
joy!
yeah.
Did
Alright.
we hear the scream?
Stay away.
Yes,
Stay
that
away
is,
from the
She
tentacles.
screamed.
that is what's going to cause you all to know that something's happening. That's why you're rolling initiative. So, with that in mind, we're going to go ahead and go offline. I hope everybody had a good evening. I hope everybody had fun. And I hope to see everyone next time, which will be on the 17th, not the 14th. The 14th is canceled. 17th for more of A Blaze of Cruelty and At the Door of Eternity. Good night.